Hi guys, Currency Games here again with another video. Today we're going to go over a trade I got swerved on Eurgbp, and we're going to reference my Sunday or Saturday, one of the 2 days outlook that I uploaded a few days ago, to the price action we are seeing right now. Okay, so sit tight and hopefully enjoy the videos and you take some gems from this. Also please like and subscribe guys. Yes, let's get into this. So today I was looking at shorts. Now if you remember my weekly videos on a Saturday Sunday, I said on EURUSD and EuroGBP I will be looking for shorts on both these pairs. Now today we had an opportunity to get short on EuroGBP, which I set a limit for. However, price just swerved my limit and continued bearish. Unfortunately, it was literally only a few pips away from my entry. So let's get into this. Today on EuroGBP, you can see, and we put the kill zone indicator on as well, bearish prices. I was discussing how we tapped into a weekly zone here, okay, and we had also raided these highs. So this is a place where we could possibly see retracements down back into the discount of the daily time frame. Okay, so that was my higher time frame bias that I discussed on the weekend as to why this week I will be looking at many shorts on these pairs. Okay, so if you remember me also talking about the H4, I was discussing how it will be interesting to see if we get H4 market structure breaks to the downside to confluence our bearish bias, which we did. You can see at the start of the week here, we broke this low and we continued bearish. Okay, so the setup I was looking at today was in coming towards New York session. Now in London session we continued bearish. Bearing in mind our bias is bearish, so bearish PD arrays are what are going to be looking for throughout the session. Okay, so coming towards New York session, we created AFA value gap here when we were traced back into the premium of this H1 range from this high to this low. Okay, so once we tapped this H1 fair value gap, I then went down the time frames, first the M15, to see if we had an MSB, which we did here. Okay, now we had the MSB, I also went down to the M5 just to see what the M5 looked like, what structure looked like on the M5, and you can see it's very clean. So once we were around this point in price, I then set a limit for the breaker zone of this area, which is from this low to this high, which you can see my entry represents here. However, if you zoom in closely, you will see we just missed it. Okay, on the actual MT4, the gap between this high and the entry was a bit bigger, but because obviously different brokers show different slightly different PA, it was a bit bigger than that when I was actually setting the trade. Okay, but as you can see, nonetheless you still see it missed the entry. Okay, so that would have been just over 2R that would have targeted for this trade. Now even though I missed the trade, I'm not going to go in tomorrow chasing the markets for another trade. It's not necessary. These trades happen over and over and over again. There's no need to force your will onto the markets. If tomorrow I come to the charts and the trade represents itself in London or New York, I will take it, providing it hits my rules and it hits my bias and have a clear direction on where I anticipate the market to go. Okay, so that was the trade I was planning on today. I just take this as a lesson to learn from, and I'll just study my emotions, study how I feel, and not let my emotions dictate the rest of my trading week. There's no reason why I need to force myself into silly trades and go into drawdown. If anything, this is a positive. Our direction was right, our setup was there. However, the entry just did not hit. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen 1,000 times in the future. It's just one of those things. Okay, so anyway, enough of that. Let's get into what I'm expecting for the rest of the week. So starting off with USD. Again, if we go to the start of the week on USD, you remember I was discussing this fair value gap here, okay? It's also a daily one, but let's look at the H12. I was discussing how if we tapped into this fair value gap, we could possibly see movement back down again into the discount of the daily range from this low to this high, and you can see that anticipation came true, and that is exactly what happened. Now, I haven't really seen any clear setups as such on that time on this week. The only thing I saw was on Monday when we took out this high, which we marked out on the weekend, and we tapped into this fair value gap, and you can see there just wasn't a retracement into the level, unfortunately. As you can see, we just didn't get any sort of retracements apart from this one here, but I wasn't interested at that point. Price sunk too much for me. Okay, but going on into the rest of the week, on USD I'm still expecting bearish prices, at least to attack this low. You see we've got a nice area here where we can expect price to hit and possibly continue its bearish move down. So I will be looking at the lower time frame in this area to see if we do get a continuation downwards, you know, the usual raid of a high market structure break, return to the breaker zone, entry set, hopefully target 2 or 3 out from this area. Okay, so still bearish. I have marked out this weekly area here, which I've had marked out for a few days now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens when we tap this area here. As for UUSD, again, this monthly, it was a monthly value gap we were looking at here, and you can see it's held strong. Considering this is a monthly level, okay, I do expect this weekly low here to be taken out on a week beginning the 10th of July. Okay, the only reason why I have marked out this area here is because this is daily discount. So if we do see price action to push it back upwards, I need to be aware of that, considering the level we are in. Overall, I am still expecting bearish prices to possibly attack these lows here, but we just have to wait and see. As of right now, there's no clear structure on the lower time frames at H4 and H1 for me to see where we could retrace to, possibly this level. But all in all, USD is looking much cleaner for me to take setups from at the moment. Okay, so that's all for today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll be back again later on in the week to have our overview of what we've seen this week. Thank you and good luck, and enjoy the rest of your week.